coming to you live from my house, my home-based business, and I'm getting better at setting up these lives. This is supposed to be going live on YouTube. I can't figure out how it's how to check if it's live on YouTube or not, but we will see. We will see if we can get it. If I can verify that it's live on YouTube. Uh, that'll give time for people to recognize that it is live and join, because we're going to go over a pretty cool topic tonight. Or yeah, tonight, it's tonight in the United States. It's 8 p.m. No, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I started this about 45 minutes ago, and I said, "Oh wow, maybe I'll be early tonight." But I just started right at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So we will see if it's we will see if it's live. Yep, yep. It says it's live, so that's pretty cool. And I'm usually not a structured person unless I'm doing your tax return, but videos for me are a lot of times impromptu because I get on. I've been doing this for 47 years now. I can get up and speak to a room for 2 hours if I needed to, just with no script or anything like that. But I will try to keep these lives short, and hopefully more people see these lives so they can get on and ask questions and get their questions answered on the live. So tonight, what I'm going to talk about is drive your car, get money. The mileage deduction for home-based businesses such as Mary Kay, Longevity, Tastefully Simple, Triborium, things like that, companies like that. This is the easiest way to save money on your taxes and increase your business. Now, way long time ago, I was part of the Big A company, and people who listen to this know what the Big A company is. It's not Avon. And a friend of mine, John, we were in that company together. I remember I never made any significant money. I never made a commission. I think I made $6 one time because I sold $100 worth of makeup to my girlfriend at the time, and I did get a $6 rebate check on that. I paid for the $100 anyway, so I ended up paying 94. So, but what we did was we had a lot of car mileage. We drove everywhere. And I remember he got audited, and they called him in, and he said, "Are you coming with me?" I said, "No." That never turns out well. I said, "It's just take your mileage logbook and go in, and you'll be in and out in 10 minutes." And certainly he was in and out in 10 minutes because he had zero sales and $3,000 in a mileage deduction, which saved him at that time about $600. So we did make some money in that company because we got tax money back, which leads me to say that when you have a home-based business, it's not necessarily always the money that you make. It's also the money that you save in taxes that you have to figure that out until you start making more money. And that's my philosophy. My philosophy has always been I'm going to marry tax deductions with business activity so that it forces you to go do business activity and get the tax deduction. But when you do that business activity more and more, You're going to get more sales. You're going to get more sponsors. And it's going to increase your business. For example, I started my tax business way back when I was 14 years old. But when I moved to Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and even in Reading, Pennsylvania, when I was starting my tax business, I had a goal. I said, every mile that I drive, every time I get in my car, I am going to make this mileage tax deductible. My primary purpose of getting in that car is to promote my business. And that was in my business plan. So therefore, every time I get in my car, I'm going to promote my business. I'm going to make those miles deductible. And how do I do that? Well, one of the easy ways is to deliver product. So my mom lived a 120-mile round trip from where I was living, and I made sure that I delivered product to her every time I went to see her. And I drink while I talk, so that's good. So that's an easy way to do that. So I got that trip written off. That my primary purpose was to deliver the product to her. The easiest way is to put business cards, flyers in your trunk of your car. And every time that you get in that car, you want to do this. And this is what I did. I built $1 million business by doing this. I stopped at every Sheetz, every Wawa, every laundromat, all this stuff along the way. When I would drive down to Massanutten where I had a timeshare, my ex-wife used to get so mad, why do we have to stop at every Sheetz along the way? I said, because I'm promoting my business. And I put little flyers up on cork boards that says, do you want to get the best refund ever? Contact Steve Spangenberg. And then I had the little pull tabs off. Okay, I would always take one or two of those off because nobody wants to be the first one. And I built a business by putting those flyers up. And guess what I did when I got to those corkboards? I took everybody else's card down. Now you might say, oh, that's not fair, Steve. Well, I took everybody else's card down because I could call them for prospects. If there was a plumber up there, if there's a Mary Kay rep up there, I could call them and say, hey, I got your card along the way here. And I was just wondering if you would be interested in saving $3,000 to $5,000 a year on your taxes. So number one, I got paid to drive my car by the government because I got a mileage deduction. Came back to me in taxes. Number two, I promoted my business. And number three, I got free leads for my business. Now, I had a whole list of locations where these cork boards were in my neighborhood, and I always made sure that I visited them all the time. Now, what does that translate to dollars for you? Let's look at this, because what I want to do in these lives is say, hey, here's the theory, here's the practice, and here's what it means. Okay, let's just say, I don't go halfway. I don't say, I want to write off every single mile. Okay, now because I want a big business, I wrote every single mile off because every time I got in my car, I promoted my business. What does that mean in today's figures? I'm going to use a 2025 mileage rate because I haven't come out with 2026. But look at this. I have to refer to my notes. If you drive 15,000 miles a year, you make all those miles tax deductible. That's at 70 cents a mile. That's over a $10,000 deduction And that's at a 20% tax rate. That's $2,100 in your pocket. Okay. So you save $2,000 on your taxes by promoting your business. Now, let's say you're married. A lot of these Mary Kay women are married. A lot of Youngevity people are married. A lot of Tastefully Simple people are married. What you do is get your spouse to start promoting your business too, because they have a car. Every time they get in their car, they're going to hang a flyer up for you, pass out some business cards, get some leads for you. We'll be conservative and say, let's say they make half their miles deductible. That's another $1,000 in your pocket. So right there, one deduction, you can save over $3,000 on your taxes. Now, the cherry on the top is this. With all those flyers out there, with all those pull tabs out there, with all the free leads that you're going to follow up on, what if you increased your business $200 a month profit? Only $200 a month. That's $2,400. So now you got $3,000 from your tax savings, and you got another $2,400 from increased business. What if you find somebody like my friend? He was in Market America. He found a doctor, and his business went crazy. What if you find that right person to be in your business by hanging those flyers? How much is that worth to you? I don't know. If it was just another $200 a month, you got over $5,000 in your pocket every single year. You could fund your retirement with that. That's amazing. So I'm going to keep it short. I'm going to try to keep these under 15 minutes. And I know in the beginning there until people catch on, but you can watch this video in my live section of my channel at hbbtaxcoach.com. You can send your prospects to it. You can send your group to it. You can send anybody that has a home-based business. You can send them to these lives. So I hope that when you watch this video, if you got value, if you got an action step to do, if you got value, like and subscribe to the channel, because it helps my channel grow. But the more important thing is that you're getting money from it, that you're getting something valuable from it. So this is Steve Spangenberg from the Home Based Business Tax Coach, and I hope that you have a prosperous day and a prosperous 2026.